Okay, my name is Sheldon Manning, and I'm here with.
Don Brown,
How old are you?
49,
Um, how long have you lived in Chicago?
49 years.
Um, so first question is, what role do you play in your community?
The role I play in my community as a responsible African American adult, trying to encourage other young people to strive to be better in their lives, get their education, and be focused on tomorrow instead of today.
Okay. What is your definition? What is your definition of what is your general idea of a community?
General idea of community, I think, is family, a lot of orientation, a lot of community togetherness, neighborly type things, having group sessions of community outings for as a picnic play, park play, block clubs, and things of that nature.
Okay. How have you been impacted by your community?
I've been impacted by my community, not for instance, for as the crime and stuff. I've been impacted by the positive nature of my neighbors. I have great neighbors, and I have a good community. I have a great park district around me, a great library, a great postal service. It's a great community. You just have bad things around it, but you don't look at the negativity. You look at the positive. So, for us with me, I think I'm in a great community because I have, like I said, great neighbors, great structures around me, great responsible people around me.
Okay. um, well, how would it be different if you lived in a different city or town?
Mm, I would have to try to bring my own into that town if it's not something that I agree with. If it's a town and that I move, well, I actually would move to a town that I would feel familiar with, for as race wise or things of that nature, financial wise. That makes a difference in every aspect of it. If you can't move to a rich individual, rich neighborhood with no money, so you have to be confident in yourself.
Okay. If you could change one thing about your community, what would it be?
I would change the mom and pop stores. I would take all of those little negative stores that's set up that's not from people in our community, and I would try to replace that with people in the community and put that back. Instead of you have a lot of people, store owners and shop owners from foreign countries and all of these aspects that don't give back to the community. They take our money and they put it in their community or send it back to their country. That's not right.
Okay. How do you think your community is viewed by others?
I think it's not so much negative. I think because we get a lot of negative press, and that's heightened. They don't look for the good. They just insinuate, they uplift and highlight the bad. So you can have 10 kids going to college, and one kid doing bad. They will give you a full page on the one kid doing bad, but the 10 that's going to college and prosperity, they don't even talk about them. So I think it's more sort of press make our community look bad than the community itself.
Um, if you think this view by the press is unfair, how would you? Is there a way to change this view? Is there a way to change the way your community is viewed by others?
Well, I think there are several ways to change it, but it starts with the press. It starts with the politicians. It starts with the community itself. We can get out and rally and all that and do the positive things, but in all aspects, we can get out and rally and say, let's go do this and go do that, but yet they still reflect on the negative. They'll spend 5 minutes on the positive and 30 minutes on negative, and that's the problem. If you quit talking about negative stuff and talk more about positive, you see more positive stuff on your TV, and people gravitate to what they see instead of 30 minutes on who got shot over here, and talk about the community aspects of who's going to school, who graduating, what's going on at this church, and things of that nature. They don't do that. They talk about who got shot. That's the problem. It's all press.
A lot of cities deal with violence. Do you think how do you think the issue of violence in Chicago compares to other cities around the world?
Well, all I can speak on is what I know. I never lived in another city. All I can go by is their numbers. Far as number-wise, Chicago is not the most high-rated crime community that it is. There are other cities with bigger crime rates. They just say more about Chicago. So it's all the same, but it's all the same in the African American community. So that's the problem. They just focus on Chicago, Inglewood, and the West Side. They just have just as much crime as on the North Side, North Shore, and everywhere else. They just don't highlight it unless it's a major. Like they can't catch this one guy that's up on the North Side killing all his Jewish people. He got $150,000 reward. Why he ain't got caught? But yet, let somebody get shot on the South Side, you got press all day. They don't even advertise on TV no more. But yet they'll come find you, but they can't find this one guy that's killing all these Jewish people on the North Side. $150,000 reward. Ain't nobody turned to man talking about nothing.
Okay. What's the top 3 issues, concerns that you feel like that's in your community?
One, I would say education. It should be more educational programs provided for the up and coming youth, more job development, and more just recreational activities involving like young youths where they can actually go somewhere and actually have a good time without having to be reprimanded or without having the stigma of several police officers surrounding y'all having fun, like y'all got to be watched. And that's what make the activity not as fun, because if you got 20 police officers standing around a basketball court, it's not really like having fun, you know what I mean? And that's an issue to me. I think that's bad. If you go to the park, why you need all the police there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, have you ever went to a park on the north side and seen just surrounded with police officers? No. So what are you doing that's so wrong if y'all playing soccer and they playing soccer? Why you such a violent? And that's my thing. And this is what's in our community.
Mm-hmm. How do you see Chicago like in the future, like 10 years from now? How do you see Chicago? You think would it be good or bad?
I think Chicago will be, in the next 10 years, it will be better than it is now. A lot of these corruption and political assets that laid the foundation for corruption will be gone, and it's going to be more expensive. The things that you would like to have now are going to cost you more. Like Inglewood, the property now going to be 10 times valuable now because they're putting companies and infrastructures over there now. People don't see it, but they're advertising it. But they have the cycle so jacked up to whereas you can't get a good job with all these companies that's coming into Inglewood because you have felonies, so they won't hire you. So they're gonna move you out and bring in their cousins. So they'll work the neighborhood and get all the money and then take it back somewhere else.
If Chicago does start to go downhill 10 years from now, how do you think this can be prevented?
If it go downhill?
Yeah, if it starts to just like crime rates just go up, everything just doesn't go the way you intended. How do you think this can be prevented?
That's one of those questions I can't say because it's at right now we're at a crisis now. How much worse can it get? If we already supposed to be leading in the crime rate, and they fight it now, I don't know what would happen. I really don't. That's one of them.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that one.
You think your community that you grew up in is different from today's community that you live in?
Oh,
Right.
yes, it's completely different. This is between day and night, 100% completely different. I think it comes from parenting and values. When I grew up, my neighborhood, it wasn't no better than the next one, but we knew we respected elders, we respected store owners, we respected things. The youth of now don't care. They don't have most of these. I ain't gonna say most. Some they don't respect the time of day. They can care less. They just come outside and think the world is theirs, and that's the way they approach life. Like you say something to a kid now, it's like, who is you? Why you talking to me? Why you saying you should have said excuse me? Okay, because you standing on my foot, because you knocking me down trying to get to your hot flames or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to this is just the reality. If you go to a particular store or whatever, and just say if it's a bus stop or something in that particular area, and you walk into the store and the bus comes, you'll get stampeded because they're gonna run out. All the kids are gonna run out the store to run you over to get to the bus. Not one will hold a door open for you. Just if it's an elderly woman or something, they'll knock her down. Just run her straight over. What respect is in that? All it takes is one person to get the bus. The bus ain't gonna leave the rest of y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But all of them gonna stampede and run out the door, knock her over, and just keep on going, laughing and giggling, whatever. She's old shit got the way anyway. That's how young in this day and age. That's their mentality. That's how I think.
Is there anything else you would like to say about your community? Anything else that?
We live in a positive community. It's a good community. The things that could be better, the crime rate could be better. The strong army with the police could be a little bit better, but when you're out here in this element, you got to take the good with the bad. So I would, like I said, more educational programs, more community activities for as open up some of these gyms and park districts to have some stuff you can do. Everything don't have to be done outside. You can have come inside, do pool, ping pong, teach y'all how to golf, swimming, something. Wintertime, these places are pretty much, they're not closed, but if you're not playing basketball, what is it? So, you just got to find different activities for these different areas. And I'm sure they have it. I'm not going to say they don't have it, but, it's just, you have to go to them and check them out.
Mm-hmm. That's it for the questions. Thank you.